resting alone. So a lot of you are very recently postpartum, and you asked, what can you be doing in those first 6 to 8 weeks? And other than resting and snuggling your baby and taking care of yourself, you need to be reconnecting with your breath and your transverse abdominals. So reconnecting that mind-body awareness of where to send your breath and how to just gently engage and wrap your abdominals. A little bit of movement and rotational movements through your spine and your hips would be really great too. Now, when you're pregnant and you're very locked and restricted, and we lose some mobility in our mid-back for that 360 breath expansion. And if you were on my stories a couple of days ago, we talked about how your diaphragmatic breath needs to be expanding big and wide like an umbrella. It's normal to feel really soft and squishy, bloated, and maybe the skin is loose. Your body will heal. How you are those first couple weeks is not how your body will be. We're going to start with some nice big diaphragmatic breaths. You can be doing this laying down next to your baby with your baby on you. You can do this seated, wherever it feels good and is comfortable and accessible for you to do it. Most of you are probably going to be laying. I would recommend doing this in a couple different positions, but you're going to just inhale, send your breath into your ribs. It's very common postpartum with that diastasis recti that happens with pregnancy for the breath to move into your belly. And we want to create some lateral expansion in your ribs and expansion in your back. So think of like your ribs and your back opening up like an umbrella. It can be a little more difficult to do in your back when you're laying on your back. But laying and just looking at where your breath is going. Are you sending it into your belly? Can you feel it in your ribs? A little gentle squeeze on your ribs can feel good. Changing positions, and this, what I'm going to say, goes for anytime you get up. Roll to the side, brace your abdominals so that you're not and creating that bulge. So just nice, gentle, controlled, subtle movements. But what happens a lot with pregnancy is we get our ribs are flared from creating more space for baby. And so on that gentle exhale, just gently press and trying to train and teach your body to expand and contract. And then to create more expansion in your ribs, come on all fours. I'll show you a couple options. You can come on all fours, get into a nice arch, and inhale, separating the shoulder blades. And if it feels better for you to just come down into a child's pose, maybe tuck a pillow underneath you. And the reason why you want the pillow here is so that your breath has a wall to not go into your belly. We want to send your breath into your back to create back expansion. So that's number one. Start with reconnecting with that diaphragmatic breath. Reconnecting with your pelvic floor. So laying, sitting in different positions. You can be doing this laying down. You can be doing this sitting up. You can be on your side. And then even on all fours. Little flutters of a contraction and a release with that pelvic floor. So it's so light. It's just like, it's called a little flick or a flutter. Just contract, release, contract, release, contract, release. And then again, doing that in different positions so that you're working with the different muscles around the pelvic floor. Different positions work with and against gravity, so you're going to be targeting different muscles around the clitoris, around the anus, and around the vagina. And reconnecting with your transverse abdominals. So those hug the baby exercises that you hear me talk about and share about doing through pregnancy, you're going to be doing those postpartum. Initially, nice and gentle, not an aggressive squeeze. Laying, sitting, all the positions, okay? Inhale, put that imaginary zipper on your pubic bone and wrap it up towards your sternum. I'm going to show you standing because I think you'll get a better visual that way. I have a reel that I made that shows me doing that from pregnancy all the way to 9 months postpartum, but bridging that connection where you're contracting from the bottom to the top. I come back every time, baby, I'ma keep you quiet. Contralateral abdominal engagement. So right side working with the left side would be an example. I come back every time, baby, I'ma keep you crazy. Contralateral abdominal engagement. So right side working with the left side would be an example of right hand gently pressing upon left leg, left to right, little gentle presses. Exhale. Always think about, well, it's like a saying called blow as you go. So exhale, blow the air out. So when you exhale, you're naturally contracting your abdominals, and that creates tension to prepare work with your body. So one, you're not putting downward pressure on your pelvic floor. Two, you're not putting pressure outward on that diastasis recti. So exhale, heel slide that leg up. Gently press, left hand to right leg, inhale back down, okay, and then some mobility movements, so moving your leg out and in, and then very important, your thoracic spine to create more space for your breath, and this is going to feel so good on your spine, so you reach, rotate, and most of this rotation is happening right here in your ribs, but if it feels good for you to do it down into your low back, that's fine too, okay? But listen to your body. Your body will tell you what feels good and what doesn't. I'm going to tell you what you need to be working towards, and you need to be creating more expansion right through here. And you'll see these a lot. I really love these. These are a staple of mine for postpartum and even till now. I mean, once you're postpartum, you're always postpartum, but some thread the needle stretches like this. It feels so good even now. So this conversation has really covered mostly, I would say, like the first couple weeks of postpartum. I'll get on stories and we'll do something for like you girls that are more like 4 to 8 weeks postpartum. One more thing, girls, if you listen to this or you found this valuable, please let me know. Send me a DM, heart it, like it, because I don't know who this reaches. Some of you listen to it all the way through, some of it doesn't, but it is nice to know that some of the time and information that I share reaches the people that it needs to. So just let me know if this was helpful.